What's up, everybody? It's your boy Hawk. Welcome to another episode of Hawk's Hoops. As you can see, we're doing things a little different. I got a different setup. I wanted to make it easier on myself to be able to just literally turn on the camera and record. A whole lot easier. We'll see when the next episode comes out. I wanted to just come on here. Preseason is underway. The NBA season starts December 22nd, and I really just wanted to get out some of my initial thoughts. I don't really want to go too deep into the games I've seen in the preseason. You can't take much from the preseason. It's preseason. People aren't really playing. LeBron and AD haven't even played yet. The Clippers have lost to the Lakers twice without LeBron and AD. No, just once. They won the second game, I believe. So let's just dive right into it with, I am so excited to see Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving play together. I know I literally just said don't put too much stock in the preseason, but Kevin Durant looked good. He looked like Kevin Durant, for lack of a better phrase. Kyrie clearly has a good amount of respect for KD as a scorer, as a player, and I think that'll help Kyrie in terms of being able to delegate to Kevin Durant and being able to share the ball more, because he's definitely got a lot of criticism about his ability to be what some people would call a true point guard the last couple of seasons, especially with his time in Boston. Was the hate, maybe I don't want to call it hate, was the criticism warranted? A little bit, but his time in Boston, he was injured the first season, then he came in there. Tatum and Brown already kind of realized they were nice, so they were like, do we want to get the ball to this guy? It just wasn't necessarily the system that I think Danny Ainge may have envisioned when he put that team together initially. So I'm really excited to see the two of them play together. I think they have the opportunity to, if they gel, they're instantly contenders in the Eastern Conference to go to the finals. Speaking of contenders, let's move on quickly to the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis signed his 5-year deal, his 5-year extension. And honestly, I'm not surprised he signed. I'm just more so interested of what's next. What are they going to do to now continue to build around him? Drew Holiday was a great pickup, don't get me wrong, in my opinion. You could make the argument that he's a top 10 point guard. It might be cap. We can talk about that later. But in somebody's circle, I guarantee you he's probably a top 10 point guard. Probably like number 9 or 10, but hey, he's one of the best defending point guards in the league, if not the best defending guard in the league. I can't talk about the Eastern Conference without talking about my beloved 76ers. If you've been in any of my group chats, I've been praising Daryl Morey ever since he came to Philadelphia, and I think he's been making some great moves in the offseason. Now it's time to see that team actually on the court and see what they can do. There's so many other good teams in the East I could talk about, but I want to slide over to the Western Conference because I don't want to be forever on this video. Let's talk about the Denver Nuggets real quick. I feel like the Denver Nuggets surprised a lot of people last year with their playoff run, with their excellent play. I think you really got to talk about Jamal Murray and Jokic being one of the best duos in the league. I don't know where you rank them, but they probably top 5 duos in the league. Once again, the Nuggets are just another young team that have another year of amazing playoff experience going off of last year. And I'm really excited to see what they can do going into the future for this current season. The Lakers made a ton of moves. I'm not going to talk about them much because it's LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I don't really know what you want me to tell you. It's 2 top 5 players on the same team. They're going to be successful. They're going to make a great playoff run, and they're probably finals contenders. Stuff we already know. The Clippers are going to be really interesting. Paul George did sign an extension there. I was very surprised by that. Paul George is still a great player. I will say that. But Paul George widely underperformed in the playoffs. And he's been someone who has been battling with injuries the last couple of seasons. So it's starting to get to the point, are we going to put the label of injury prone on Paul George if he gets injured again this season? Or are we going to say he's not as good as he has seemed to be in the past, or as the hype made him seem in these past couple of seasons? Because let's be honest, MVPG was a real thing. He was an actual MVP candidate before he got injured. And then he got injured and turned to doo-doo. So I don't really know. I'm very curious to see what that comes out of that Clippers team. There were so many rumors that were swirled on around that team in the summer, talking about Kawhi and PG getting preferential treatment, which, it happens on every team. Superstars get superstar treatment. But then you got players like Montrez leaving and literally going down the hallway to play for the Lakers. It's very interesting. I'm very curious to see what happens to the Clippers. Doc Rivers left. He's now in Philly. I can't even tell you off the top of my head. Lou Williams. I was about to say, I can't even tell you off the head. Not Lou Williams. Cleveland's old head coach. Name slipping my mind. Tyronn Lue, thank you, is the new coach for the Clippers. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen there with that team. And then honestly, as cliche as it sounds, I am so excited to see Steph Curry back in the NBA. I didn't realize how much I missed him. I missed his crazy threes. I missed his persona, his swagger. I missed watching the Warriors be good. I felt like they were good for so long, and part of that was because they had an unstoppable team, I will admit. But I am definitely a Steph Curry fan. He's not one of my favorite players, but I'm just a fan of his game, and I'm really excited to see him back. I am devastated that Klay won't be joining him, but I think they got some good pieces. I feel like this is now another chance for Andrew Wiggins to prove that he's not completely trash. Kelly Oubre is a solid player, and Draymond looked like he lost mad weight, so I'm curious to see how close he can be to 2016 Draymond. But like I said, I didn't want to be before you guys long. Just wanted to get some initial thoughts off my head. Let me know what you think about this upcoming season down in the comments. What team are you most excited to see? And throw down a finals prediction in there. Thanks so much for watching. Feel free to like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.